Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back for House Flipper Pets. This will be assignment number 6. So in the last episode we opened up 2 new jobs in this cluster of houses here. So that's Morgan's... Ooh, let me try and centre that a little bit better. That's Morgan's clinic, that's the one we did in the last episode, so we will do this one today. Chasing the Dreams. Oh, multiple dreams there, not just one, look. Rima and Jake bumped into each other at an amateur rally. They laughed it off and parted in peace. Oddly enough, they met again just a few days later at a dog show. Their Australian shepherds may have had their paws in that one. It quickly became obvious they share the same dream. They moved to Cosy Village to tune cars, participate in rallies and run freely with their dogs. Oh, there, so they both love rally cars and they both love their Australian Shepherd doggies, so they've got lots and lots in common and they've gone to follow both of their dreams. Ooh, that's a big house there, look. So a 3-car garage, which is perfect for them for their rally cars. Two kennels, look, they're both bringing their dog with them. Oh, bless. And they've got, looks like a fairly decent sized garden around the side here. It looks like a 1-storey house. There may be a biggish basement in there though, because it's on a big footprint, isn't it?
The monotony of our lives. Computers, papers, meetings, deadlines. There's more to life than that.
Ah, so they're fed up with the jobs.
Tires, adrenaline, speed, the atmosphere of rallies.
Dangerous too.
That we are the best.
Ooh, they're adrenaline junkies. That's dangerous, quitting your jobs.
We love working with them.
I hope they've got a plan for their financial future.
For more than a couple we own. Why not have a handsome pack of Australian shepherds here? With them, it will be like a small paradise.
Ah, so they're planning to go into breeding dogs, and if they're pedigree dogs, that is potentially a way to make some money. And if they're good at the rallies, of course, they could get prize money and sponsorship and stuff. I'm assuming at least one of them's got a plan, because it sounds like they were doing like financially type jobs before, from the way she was talking about it, meetings and finances and stuff. So never recommend just quitting your job unless you've got a good sound plan on how you're going to survive. Alright, so that house we haven't done yet. That one's Morgan's clinic. And the one over there is the one we did as the last assignment. So you have got neighbours, but they're still a decent distance away from you, so you've got a little bit of privacy. And yeah, it's a decent sized garden, yeah, so that they do have space to put some kennels and let the dogs run and roam in their garden. And then of course we've got all this countryside around them, so there's plenty of space to take the dogs for long runs and walks. So we've got a bit of a patio out the side here, which we only access from inside the house. Nice big parking space at the front here, in front of the triple garages, and 2 kennels ready for their dogs. But I think those might be slightly small dog kennels for Australian Shepherd dogs. I mean, they'll just about be able to squeeze in there probably, but it's going to be a fairly tight fit, so yeah, definitely some bigger kennels probably in order. Though it doesn't look like we're being asked to put anything in the garden, so we're not building kennels in the garden for them. Right, so the garage is set up with quite a lot of tools and things already, and we are not being asked to do anything in there. Access to the house over there. There's the normal car, I assume. They'll bring their competition cars with them later. So the main entrance leads into a nicely set out cloakroom, lots of storage space for your coats and shoes and everything. Well, let me stack the little shoe things on top of each other. Gee, I never thought of that. That's quite a nice idea actually. Didn't think of that one. Alternate the colours up. Quite nice. Right, so we're using these big open access doors into the main living room area. Oh, there's access to the garage, look there. So this was the old office space from where they were doing some of their homework from their jobs by the looks of it. So they're getting rid of that. It's out with the office space. Bye office space. Not going to be doing that no more. And there's not really anything wrong with anything in here. If you got the house outfitted like this, you could probably just flip it with just doing a little bit of a tidy, and then you could get rid of it. But do I sell everything now, or do I just have a wander around the house? The question is, do we be systematic or do we do a clean? Now let's try selling some stuff, and let's see. Maybe we'll be a bit systematic with the house. Maybe we'll go room by room rather than looking at the whole thing at once and then coming back. So let us sell all the objects. It looks like we're going to be selling pretty much everything. So we'll sort of try and follow the list. But I think it's fairly safe to say that anything that was on a desk that we're selling is probably going. Nearly there, just one more photo. Think outside the box. So we're just keeping the clock. And we're turning it into a bedroom. And we're just changing the floor, we're not changing any of the decor. Okay, that makes it very simple for us. So we're putting in a wood floor, the grotesque dark panel floor. And we're going to keep the tile as your feature wall, and then the sort of pinky lavender shade for your main walls. And then for the curtain, we're using the Madeleine tied up medium width short curtain, which seems to come just in the black, the one they've chosen. So let's attach the mount. Pop up your beautiful curtains. Oh, interesting. So it's got like little bows and things, and it's all gathered at the side, look. And that matches the tile wall, doesn't it? Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So we want the big double bed, the Getic double bed. So what do we think matches? We could use... So we've got quite a dark flooring. So maybe a darkish wood base for the bed. Just deep chestnut maybe? Yeah. And then we've got sort of a pinky lavender, so maybe the pastel rose for the duvet cover, or we could go and match the wall and the curtains, couldn't we? With the dark grey, and then the light grey for the mattress cover and the pillows, maybe. That could be quite a nice change. We don't tend to use colours like that. Could I add a little bit of an accent of a blue or white or something, maybe for the pillows, or a different grey, and maybe even the roselle, because that's kind of a light beigey sort of colour, but it adds a little bit of pattern. Otherwise everything's a flat colour. No, I think we might just go for the darker colour just to match. See, that one's got like the little check pattern in it, those dark pillows, look. How does that look? I think I like that. I think that's going to work quite well in this room with the particular colour scheme we've got. The Olski bedside cabinets, and we went for the chestnut, didn't we? The deep chestnut for the base of the bed. So let's do the same, and maybe the light steel for the handles, so it's kind of a greyish colour. And we need to make sure we rotate that to the right orientation so that it fits properly against the wall so you can actually use it. There we go, so let's place that there, little gap. Nice, there we go. And then there should be a table lamp. Yes, it's the ornate table lamp, so we'll go for dark. That's kind of a grey shade, isn't it? And then dark for the inside of the lampshade. And do we do dark on the outside, or do we do the pink? Ooh, the pastel. Or any of those three would probably work, you know. I think I might go for the pink. Yeah. Oops. No, it's not going to... Come on. Place, please. I'm going to go for the pastel. No, I think we'll go for the pastel. That matches the wall better. Yeah, I think I prefer that. That makes some really weird shadows on the wall, but I do like the colours. I think that all matches quite nicely. So the woody wardrobe, that's definitely their favourite of their new pieces for putting in for the assignments. and we went for the deep chestnut. Do we have a deep chestnut on this one? No, I don't think we do have a deep chestnut, so we want to go for something similar. Oh no, we do have a deep chestnut. There we go, beautiful, we do have a deep chestnut. So let's make it all deep chestnut. Lovely. And then we can use the rose gold for the hinges and screws and things, just so we bring in that little accent of the feature wall colour. Right in the middle of this end wall, I think, is the perfect spot for this. We need to make space somewhere for the Mornista dog bed. This is a really big dog bed because they've got big dogs. Now this, to me, feels like the best place to put it, but we're going to need more space, so I suppose we could put it there, but I don't think that feels right. I think we need to move the wardrobe across a little bit, which is a bit of a shame because it's not then centralised, but I think it's better to have the dog bed in here, and then maybe there'll be enough space for the dog to be able to get in and out without hitting the poor little thing's head on the wardrobe as it moves. That is a huge dog bed, so remember that if you're going to get the big dogs, the beds are quite big, you need quite a lot of space. So a fend light coloured rectangular carpet. Okay, we're going to have to decide how big that's going to be. Oh look, bless, the Jordan dog neon. Oh, neon dog sign. That's kind of cute. Now, we've got a pink and violet room, but if we do it as pink or violet on the wall, it probably isn't going to stand out very well. Let's have a look how... Oh, actually it's a big grey wall, isn't it? So maybe the red one would be a good move. If we pop it right above the bed, or do we put it on the wall at the side? How does that look? That's actually not bad. It's a little bit of a light, and if it's above the bed, they can't really see it, so it's better for it to be off-centred, isn't it? Right, we could go for grey or we could go for pink. I think we might go for the pink. Oh, they want us to have two. So if we just wanted one, that big one there would look really, really cool, wouldn't it? But they want us to have two, so it's going to have to be small. Do we go grey? How does grey look? Do we prefer grey? I think maybe the pink is just too much pink. Can we fit two of the medium ones in and then give them somewhere to step onto as they get out of bed as well? Yes, I think that's going to be the best way to do it. That's not quite lined up. Is that going to annoy us? Probably. Shall we see if we can just move it that little bit so it's all lined up better? If it's slightly further across that way, it makes more sense for the person closer to the window so that they've got a little bit of space to step out onto. Rather than a bare floor, you can actually put your feet on a piece of carpet as you step out of bed, you see. Much more comfortable. Yeah. Not a colour scheme I probably would have thought of using myself with the pink and the grey, but it actually works quite well. Right, so the lounge, two big L shapes to make a great big seating. That's a really nice soft sort of seating area, I like that. Two big dog beds here too, so yeah, they definitely want their two dogs in the house all the time. Oh look, there's another big dog bed there, look, bless. Right, I think we're revamping this room then. So it looks to me like we're going to be putting big, like either big windows or big sliding patio doors out up here, because we've got three big spaces that they are marking on the wall for us. So I think we're selling pretty much everything in this room. And then revamping it. And I don't know what into what yet, because I haven't seen the list. We've got a long list of to sells yet. But we've turned what was the office into a bedroom, and then this was the bedroom, so I don't know, it's either a spare bedroom or they're going to turn it into some sort of, I don't know, something else. Yes, right, so sell the big, that is that big clock there, isn't it? Yeah, it is that is the clock, isn't it? Oh yeah, there's a little clock right at the very top of it. It's more of a painting than a clock, isn't it? Because this big thing on the wall that is mostly painting, and there's this little tiny clock at the top, so you can't really see the clock, to be honest. Right, so what we've got one big sliding door. Don't know what my colour scheme is yet, so I'm not sure which colour we should be going for. Lay floor with Rosanta square white tile. Oh, dog enclosures. Oh, we're making this doggy room. We're going to make this doggy room. Oh, okay. So they've got white windows on the lounge, and we're going to be putting in a white floor. So I think we're going to go with the white colour for the doors and windows. So the sliding door should go... Actually, I think the big sliding door's meant to go there because that's a slightly narrower white square on the wall, which fits the door. And that is the back garden with the where the patio area is there. So that makes sense. So these are going to be big windows. The Kevin triple window, 3 by 2 metres and 15 centimetre height. Right, so we're going to put 2 great big windows to let in lots of light so the dogs can see outside when they just can't go out. So when it's raining, or maybe at night, this is going to be where they spend most of their time. Except for maybe the favourite dog, because there was a dog bed in the bedroom, so one of the dogs gets to be favoured and come into the bedroom with them. Alright. Then the floor is the Rosanta square white tiles, so we'll just squeak that all the way across. Oh, a little bit where the door is needs to be filled in too. Those are really nice tiles actually, quite like those. Ooh, lots of things for the doggies to do then here, so So we've got to put in an enclosure. Kind of feel like it should block them off from the main living room area, so like a little alleyway where the door is. We don't particularly need space where the patio doors are, so you can just leave them shut, but so maybe we just go straight down here. Ah. Why will you not join the wall? See, I'm every time I build one of these fences I seem to be struggling a little bit with getting it to fit, because it seems to require a set amount of space. Oops, now look what I've done. It seems to require a set amount of space. Oh, no! It's all going wrong! Oh dear. Yeah, I always seem to have a little bit of problem with these dog enclosures, because they seem to have like set amounts of space where you can build them, which is fine if you were going to be doing it in the garden. But look, here, when you see, I can't build that because it's red, and then when it goes blue, now I can't join them. And if I try and put the gate over the top, you actually can't put the gate over a gap. You have to put the gate where you've already got fence built. Which means I can put my gate in, but I can't close that gap. And then that leaves a gap somewhere. And what good's a fence if it's got a gap? So that there needs to be some sort of leeway with size, or we need a smaller piece that we'll be able to close the little gaps with. Look, because it just won't let me close the gap. No, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? Because I can't close the gap. And now the fence has gone away. Right, let's bring the fence back now. Can I close the gap now? Put the gate in? No. Can I move it? No, still leaves the gap. Okay. You can't tell me that they didn't test this. So there's obviously some trick that I'm missing. There's got to be a trick that I'm missing. They can't have overlooked this as a little bit of a fault, can they? No, I'm deleting the wrong bit. Okay, let's just... No, I deleted the wrong bit. I've got to... Oh, right, how am I going to do this then? Yeah. It's got to work. Come on, kids, let's try again. Oh, no, that's the... Wait, that's the gate. And I really can't put a gate in a gap, so... Yeah. Right, I've lost my fence. Right, can I have my fence back again now, please? Right, so let's try and extend the... Oh, Come on, line up, thank you. Right, so next than that. And can you go further? Can you stretch further? No, it's a set. See, which it will let me then close it up by putting it over the top, but it will not allow me to buy just that little bit to close the gap. Oh, come on, there's got to be a way to do it. Try the gate one more time. No. See, if it would let you put the gate over the gap, that would fix it. Or if it would let you buy a smaller section, that would fix it. Now, is there any way we can, like, fudge it a bit so that we can close the gap? Because that gap is just too big. There's no way that a dog couldn't get through the gap, so... we're going to have to take it all down and try again, aren't we? And try and figure out some other way to... like, make it work somehow. But I really kind of want the fence where I've just put it. I mean, otherwise, what's the point? First of all, let's try again. Right, so if we... no, yeah, so it will really only build in set size sections. I'm not dreaming that. It's like 1.5 of these tiles for each section, and it has to be 1.5 squares of the tile. We just want a slightly smaller piece just to fill the gap. Is there any way to fiddle it? Can we, like, put a piece down and move it into the... Oh, wait, we can overlap with the double section. Can we get it to go to the wall if we do, like, a double section? Yeah, we could have a little strange wiggly bit and then delete some of the sections, but then it's not flat to the wall. It's like we've got like a little turn section at the end. Look, so we can actually force it to meet the wall like that, but we've got this weird little turn in the... Oh, wait. Oh, so if we build a second section behind it, we can then force it to fit the wall at the front. Now, can we delete these back sections and make it stay? Yes, we fiddled it. That's not the way it's supposed to go, I'm sure, but that's the only way I could make it work. Right, so we need 2 doors. There. Because I think we need double wide in order to be able to fit through. If we only make it 1 wide, we can't walk through the gap, I don't think. So let's try putting just a 1 wide gate over here and see if we can actually... No, we'll make it double wide because I'm pretty certain it won't fit. Let's try. Can we? Well, we'll leave a single wide near the... yeah, look, you see, you can't walk through it. Oh, you can. Ah, see, I tried that before and I couldn't walk through a single wide, but you can. So now you can access from where the door is through the double wide gate in order to feed them. And then if you just want to sneak in and open the patio door, you can use the single wide one closer to where the patio doors are. But that's interesting. We can actually sneak through the single wide door, whereas I didn't think we could before. I thought we needed to be double wide in order to be able to fit through the gap, but there you go. I was wrong. So we're using these Tressie Light Dog Sleepy Mats so that they can lie here and bask in the sun. So we'll kind of go for earthy tones and bring a little bit of the green grass onto the inside. They're really big mats. We can't fit 2 side by side like that. And we need a bit of a gap between them for the dogs, I think, to fit in. We want 2 of everything. I have a feeling that this space is going to feel too small when we start to put all of these things in, because the dog mats take up a huge amount of the space already. Feeders. Should we put the feeders like here? I kind of feel like this is a good spot for them. So we want 2 for food and then 2 for water, and I always like to do them in different colours, and I tend to go for blue for the water. Now, is the water getting a bit too close to the mat for the dog to sleep on? Maybe. If we move that a little further up, right, no, we can't put it there because that's where we've got the gate. That needs to be moved slightly further away, so yeah, that'll work. That gives them enough space to be able to get up and move around. Oh no, now we need space for the pee pads. We're going to have to rearrange this room, I think, in order to fit everything in, because, we don't want it right next to the gate. I really don't like things like the pee pads for the dogs. I think the best thing is to always make sure you get them somewhere where they can run outside, or make sure you give them very regular walks or access to the outside. It's much better. But I suppose just in emergencies you do need something, but also things like that with the smell and stuff, you really need to keep them away from food and where they sleep. So this room is starting to feel very, very small, though dedicating an entire room to the animals is something most people just don't have space for, so this is a luxury. But then if they're thinking of breeding dogs, they're going to need to do something to give them more space, aren't they? They're definitely going to have to build out in the garden to give the dogs more space, because they've not got space for more than 2 in this enclosure here. Look. It's already feeling cramped for 2 great big dogs. They just need space to do a lot of running. So we want 2 of these pee pads, so that's going to take up an awful lot of space there. So with the 2 mats and the 2 pee pads, that's taking up nearly half of the space before we start. Now we want some toys, play equipment stuff, so yeah, this is not a good enclosure for lots of things. Maybe enough for them to sleep overnight. But, oh no, we also need a dog bath. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to go into space that we've got. Should we put that under the feeding mat? We'll say that that's a feeding mat rather than a normal style carpet. It's an easy clean feeding mat. That's what we're using it for. Right, little footstool, maybe for the people to sit on, so maybe we can sneak that on the outside section. Or maybe it should go inside and in the corner, because if we put it outside it's kind of blocking the narrow little walkway we've made, and we also need to put the radiator on the wall, and I think that should go outside of the dog enclosure as well, so that the dogs don't burn themselves on it. And if I'd have realised we needed the wash tub, I might have made at least part of that enclosure outside bigger so that we could put it outside. I think now we're going to have to try and fit it in here. That's actually a small dog bath, so maybe the Australian Shepherd is actually smaller than the German Shepherd then. So maybe they're not quite as big. Because the German Shepherd sized dog would need a bigger one. I was thinking the Australian Shepherd is just a very, very similar dog to that, but then it wouldn't fit in a small dog bathtub, would it? So they must be smaller. It'll be interesting to compare the sizes of the 2 shepherd dogs once we start to get the pets in to our own property. Then trying to fit all the pets into one property is going to be a bit of a task, isn't it? Right, so we're just mounting this wall radiator, and I think we'll leave the episode at the end here now that we've finished the dog room. So hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From Suffokitty 99, goodbye and happy game!